Hello, basketball fans. Good afternoon and welcome to the Memphis Sports and Event Center for the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational Tournament. As I said, we're still in round one for this matchup between the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School Lions taking on the Torah Academy of Bergen County Storm. Hello, my name is Jake Brewer alongside my broadcast partner, Dylan Nahard. Dylan, how are you this afternoon?
Doing great. We've had three great basketball games, and I'm excited for a fourth one between TABC and Charles E. Smith JDS Lions versus Storm. I cannot wait.
It's definitely a mouthful there, partner, but like you said, going to be an exciting one. Charles E. Smith JDS Lions coming in as the 14 seed, while Torah Academy of Bergen County Storm coming in as the 3 seed. And, quite frankly, all day long, we've had 2 courts going on, 4 games on each court. Have not seen a single upset today yet, partner, but, who's to say we can't have an upset here?
Absolutely. The things I'm looking for is to start the game is we've noticed that the high-speed, physical teams that are pressuring and creating turnovers have been successful so far in this tournament. And I do believe that being the more physical team sets you up for success, and whoever can start that from the get-go at the very beginning will probably lead to a victory.
That's exactly right. We'll just go over starters really fast. First for number 14, CES JDS Lions, we've got number 1, Cade Mott, number 2, Cyrus Blumenthal, number 5, Dylan Schenk, number 13, Jacob Lipsky, and number 23, Leo Steindecker. Meanwhile, for the Torah Academy Storm, you have number 0, Yona Mendel, number 3, David Sachs, number 13, Avika Borgen, number 30, Benzion Kaiser, and number 34, Ayol Kinderlehrer. And here we are, opening tip-off here for the opening round of the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational Tournament. We've got a 3 seed and a 14 seed, the Lions and the Storm, coming up right here as the Lions wearing blue with gold trimming, and the Storm wearing white with purple trimming.
Wow.
And a very fast start there for the Storm.
Can't even picture a better start than that. Perfect tip play, but leads to a layup by number 3, David Sachs.
I mean, they had to have scored within, 4 seconds?
Maybe even 3.
But anyway, Lions here with the basketball, and that's going to be a heavily contested shot for an air ball, and the Storm are storming down the floor. Number 3 with the basketball, throws down a 0, wide open layup, but he couldn't get it to fall, as there was actually a good contest there late by number 23 of the Lions. 13 running in, good pump fake for the fadeaway, can't get its fall off. It's run by 30. 30 over to 0, 0 to 3. And we're going to get an official's timeout as we have a article of clothing that fell off onto the floor. So it'll be Storm basketball as number 0, Yona Mandel, passing the basketball in.
Great ball movement so far from this Storm team. I'm excited to see them. Obviously, I said I was looking for a physical team. Number 30 and 34 are both been very physical to start off this game. Both Benzion and Eol has missed.
And number 34 can't get it to go, but he gets off as a rebound and misses that one. Gets another offensive rebound and gets fouled. And might I say, I was going to mention this before that entire segment happened there. Number 34 of the Storm, Ayol Kinderlehrer, he is a big individual. He's a senior center, 6'3", 200-pounder. And might I say, he is a physical basketball player.
Absolutely there, partner. I mean, we've already seen him get 4 rebounds in the last minute, 9 seconds. So, I mean, I'm eager to see how many boards he rips down tonight for the Storm and how much of a game changer he can be for him.
Torah Academy of Bergen County, all the way from Teaneck, New Jersey. That is a long ways away. Meanwhile, Charles E. Smith Lions from Rockville, Maryland. It's just a joy to see these teams come in from all over the nation, partner.
All of the nation, and don't forget about the team that won our last game, Montreal.
Absolutely. They're advancing over to Tier 1, and we'll explain the Tier 1, Tier 2 system here to our
Great
next
steal
break.
by number 30 up to 13. He puts it in.
Did you see that, partner?
Bergen, what a play. Great steal by 30 and perfect pass. He put it up. This press is creating havoc already. It could be a long night if they keep creating this many turnovers. 13's all over the place.
Absolutely, partner, and as he gets stuffed there, but Bergen gets it back, gets it, and we're going to get a timeout by the Lions. Partner, this game is giving me deja vu from our first one of the day when the Cat Storm just absolutely, they brought the pressure against their opponent, and this Storm team is doing the exact same thing.
I feel like there's a constant theme with the Storm teams we've had today. They're bringing the pressure. They're full-court pressing. They're giving you no time, no space, and that is getting inside the heads and the bodies of the teams that are facing. And if they can't clean up the turnovers, it could be a very long night for the Lions team tonight.
Absolutely. Quick 6-0 head start as, you know, like I said earlier, just explaining the quick tournament format of how this works. So for the winners of the opening round of the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational Tournament, they're going to move on into the Tier 1 bracket, which is an 8-team bracket. Meanwhile, all the losing teams out of this opening round will move down to the Tier 2 bracket. So, you know, obviously, everybody wants to win that Tier 1 championship. Everybody wants to come away with the hardwood, with the gold, if you will. But meanwhile, you know, teams that lose the first round, they still have something to play for that Tier 2 championship.
Absolutely. And I think it just shows that, like, you can stumble, but you can still earn a trophy. And so the teams that might have struggled today, you can turn around tomorrow, play perfect basketball, and you can go win yourself some hardware. And I mean, if you're traveling this kind of distance to come to this tournament and tournaments of this pedigree, you obviously want to go home with some trophies.
Absolutely. As the Lions.
Another great steal. I mean,
and once again, the Storm just pressuring the Lions to death. And the Lions have got to figure something out, as head coach of the Lions, Ryan Escal, just called a timeout earlier and trying to calm his guys down. And he knows that, you know, his team has the capability of winning. They just have to execute on all cylinders.
Absolutely. I think I want to keep an eye out for that trap that they're bringing right as the point guard across half court. If you can't find an outlet automatically, that's going to turn into opportunities on the other end. And so they need to have people come to the basketball. When your guy leaves you, you need to go find space so they can find you. But what a great shot there by number 2, Cyrus Blumenthal, as now it's a 6-3 ball game.
5:44 remaining. Both teams with one foul each here early. As number 3 for the Storm with the basketball. Gives it to 13 down to 34. Pops out to 0 for the three-point shot. Couldn't get it to fall. Offensive rebound by 30. 30 over to 3. 30 thought about a three-point shot. What in the world? Behind the back dribble, it appears, and they still have the basketball. 13 with the shot. Can't get it to go.
I mean, I don't believe if I just saw that correctly, but it looked like he went behind the back between the legs at the same time.
That's exactly what I thought, too.
Great dribble move there. Luckily, there was no basket, but this Storm team is creating a lot of good shot opportunities, and this number 0, 13, and 3 are bringing up the high pressure, and they're not creating anything easy for the Lions here.
Number 13 almost had the ball ripped away, but number 1 with the ball, and we're going to get a travel against their number 1, Caden Mott. That's cost a turnover, something you can't have here in this basketball game early.
Got to clean it up on both ends here.
Here for the Storm. Got David Sachs, hand off to 13. 13 over to 30. 13 back to Sachs. Sachs with three-point shot. Can't get it to go.
Great block out there by number 23, Leo Steindecker. Really put his body into 34, and he's not going to let him get that rebound. I think he's sick of these offensive boards.
Number 5 gives it to number 2. 2 heavily guarded there in the nail area, but stolen by number 34 of the Storm. Going up, gets fouled, and count the basket.
Eyal with another great play. Eyal Kindenlyer. Wow, he has started off phenomenal. We've seen 4 guys take over every single game. Is it now his turn to take over and put his name on the radar of this tournament?
Absolutely. This is one individual that we can absolutely see on the all-tournament list as he misses the free throw, but the Storm getting the offensive rebound. They're hustling like maniacs out there, but the Lions are going to come away with the basketball.
Great hustle on both teams there for that loose ball. We had 3 guys flying on the floor and ended up being in the hands of number 5 on the Lions, Dylan Shank, the sophomore.
And number 2 with a little floater there. Can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound by Kimmerer. Number 34 gives it out over to 30. 30, back out to 13. 13 with a contested shot. I knew that was going in as soon as he shot it. The defender just closed in on him perfectly. Couldn't get the job done. Here's a wide open shot here for the Lions. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by 23. Kicks out to number 5. 5
Great
over
forward
to
there
2.
by Leo Steindecker.
2 to 1. 2 over to 5. 5 back to 2. 2 to 5. 5 over to 1. 1 back down to 2. A lot of movement there, and he's going to get him with the travel. Another costly turnover for this Charles E. Smith JDS Lions organization.
We got Jesse Fisher checking in for the Lions. He's going to check in for Caden Mount, who just had a great pass down low for the travel.
David Sachs, point guard, senior, 5'9", 130-pounder, trotting down the floor, conducting his offense. Gives that to 0 for the 3. Gets fouled, and I saw that from here. And ladies and gentlemen, just got to give you a quick story. You know, Dylan Maharg and I, we used to be the coaches of an 11 and 12-year-old recreational basketball team. And during our first game of the season, we had a player by the name of Ben McGee V. And we had a play similar like that where Ben McGee absolutely destroyed an offensive player on the other team, first play of the game. And needless to say, I was not very happy about it. And that play reminded me of that. So, Ben McGee V, if you're listening, shout out to you. You're a good kid, and keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. Both the free throws done by Yano Mendel, their point guard, lefty shooter with the bright pink shoes.
Big fan of those shoes there, partner.
Absolutely. I think, obviously, really good job by Yano there. We got 2 subs coming in. We got 41-1. That's going to be Abraham Schur and Yoatan Febar coming in for the Storm. And
Mandel capitalized its charity stripe, and we had a substitution. But head coach of the Lions, Ryan Escal, was not very happy with the way the official handled that.
We have Ryan Escal for the Lions, and then we have Oswald Cross for the Storm. Obviously, both coaches are ecstatic to be here, and they just want to lead their team to that Memorial Trophy at stake.
Good deflection there by the Storm.
And this Storm team, they're long and lengthy. They are getting in the passing lanes. It's going to be hard for this Lions team they got to be able to move the ball and get good opportunities.
It's number 13 for the Lions, Jacob Lipsky. Hands it off to Dylan Shank. Shank, great space. Couldn't get that 3-point shot to fall. Rebound by 13. Akiva Bergen.
Great round there by Akiva Bergen.
Bergen gives it off to Sachs. Sachs back to Bergen. Bergen, bad pass. Somehow the Storm keep it alive, and they have a nice little floater there in the short corner. 10-point lead here for the Storm. As the Lions facing this pressure. 13. Nice little mid-range J, and got it to go.
I think they just showed right there, if you can beat the pressure, you have the 3-on-2 opportunity. It leads to baskets, but you have to beat the pressure first. And if the Lions can settle down, stop turning the ball over, and beat the pressure, they could be scoring a lot of points in this game.
Number 34 with just a tough shot. That is a grown man playing basketball right there, partner.
Eyal Kindler, you're going to hear that name a lot this weekend by the broadcasters. He is a grown man playing basketball, and he is showing how to be a physical down low and how to score a lot of points.
Lions can't get that one to fall. Rebound by Mott. Sorry, by Shearer, I should say. 41 over to 34. Can't get that one to fall, but once again, another good attempt. And a great showing of hustle there by the Storm once again.
Shout out to Jonathan Fabar, the 5'8 shooting guard, junior at 150 pounds for the Storm with a great hustle play there. Wasn't able to save it, but a hustle is what wins you basketball games right there.
Lions facing this pressure once again. Can they beat it this time? Nearly a backcourt violation. But number 5 here for the Lions, Dylan Shank, facilitates number 13. 13 gets fouled. That'll be on the floor. No basket. No basket. That'll stay on the floor.
That foul is going to be a block on number 41, Jonathan Fabar. That will be his first foul.
Shank, sophomore guard, 5'11", 141-pounder. Going to be passing the ball in. 5 gets it out to 13. Lipsky back to Shank. Shank over to number 2, Blumenthal. Offensive rebound by 12. 12 back to Blumenthal. And we're going to get a travel, and everybody. What a mechanic there by that official. Camera may not have seen it, but that was not a traditional travel call there.
I love it. Man. We've seen a lot of travels today. I feel like, I don't know if it's the atmosphere here or what, but a lot of moving feet and shuffling feet. And obviously, you can't be having those kind of turnovers if you want to lead to a championship here.
That'll be an over-the-back kit foul on the Abraham Sure of the Storm, and it'll be the Charles E. Smith JDS Lions basketball here with 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Number 2 here with the basketball, Blumenthal gives that to Shank. Shank to Blumenthal, or to Fisher, I should say. Fisher over to Rosen. Rosen can't get it to fall. Rebounded by 13. 13-0. Storming down the floor. Over to 1. Sure goes up and gets fouled for 2 free throws. That's going to go against number 2 of the Lions, Cyrus Blumenthal.
Abraham Sure will be at the line for 2 shots. It's the 4th team foul on the Lions and 3 team fouls on the Storm. As a reminder to your fans, it is now every quarter there's 5 team fouls, and the 5th team foul is automatically 2 free throws, even if the foul is on the floor. There is no more single bonus. It is strictly double bonus each quarter, and it resets.
Abraham Sure, guard, senior, 6'2". And boy, does he have a lot of upside as here early in the season. Number 5 here for the Lions, Dylan Shank with the basketball. Gives it to Rosen. Rosen to Lipsky. Lipsky back out to Blumenthal for the 3-point shot attempt. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by 1.
That's a big man board by Abraham Sure. He was the lowest man there, but he jumped up and grabbed it.
Sure over to Mandel. You know the Storm are going to hold the ball here for the last shot of the quarter. Back out to 41 for the 3 and got it to go. What a shot there for
Jonathan Fabar with a big shot to give the lead 18-5 at the end of the first quarter.
And absolutely, that'll do it here for the first quarter as a Torah Academy of Bergen County Storm lead the Charles E. Smith JDS Lions by a score of 18-5. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to round 1 of the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational as we have the Torah Academy of Bergen County Storm on top of the Charles E. Smith JDS Lions by a score of 18-5. And Dylan, what have you seen after a quarter of play?
From my perspective, I've seen that Torah Academy of Bergen County, the Storm they've been the more physical team. They're keeping this press. And again, right here, Yona Mendel gets the steal and gets the basket. It's just been like that. That play right there just kind of describes the entire game. They've been the more aggressive team. They've created turnovers, and the turnovers have led to baskets, and now they're up by 15 points.
Lions looking for some sort of answer here. Number 13, Jacob Lipsky with a 3-point shot. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Kinderler.
Kindler will be taking it up the floor.
That's a Sachs. Sachs to 30 back to Eol. Eol out to number 3, David. Down to Eol. Eol way out to Mandel. Mandel back to Faber and ring it up. Put 3 on the board as the Storm extend their lead to 18 points.
Great ball movement there, man. They just kept swinging the ball. There was a good shot, but they passed it for the great shot. And I think that this Storm team is just showing that they're very unselfish. They don't care who scores, but they're just happy to be in the lead. And their ball movement's been critical earlier in this game.
Shank pops it out to Blumenthal. Blumenthal drives, goes up for the layup, and got it to go. Good play.
Great take there by Blumenthal. They're going to have a lot more opportunities like that where they need to drive and get through and create opportunities.
Another 3-point shot there by Faber, but can't get it to go. Can the Lions answer? Shank with the basketball. Good screen there by Schultz. Shank gives it down to Shearer. And couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Eyal. Eyal.
Good take there by Caden Mount. Just got to keep shooting those kind of shots. They'll start falling. Good take.
And that's just tremendous basketball there by Eyal Kinderleer.
He's hungry, man.
He is hungry, and he wants more. He wants more than a first-round exit for the Storm. Lions with the basketball here. Mont with the basketball. Eyal storming down the floor. Good pass. Great pass there.
Number 3, Dovad Sakes with the basket. Great assist by Eyal. As you can see, he's their playmaker. He's going to be making plays on the offensive defensive end. It's number 13, Jacob Lipsky, flew by for the layup there. It's 27-9 with 5.5 left in the second.
There's just a wide open three here for the Storm, and they capitalize on the other end. The defensive performance here for the Lions has been quite lackluster, if you ask me.
I think we're starting to see the playmakers make plays, and Yono Mendel and Eyal Kinderleer, I think, have stepped up as the 2 playmakers for the Storm team, and they're just taking over.
Number 13 there in the corner, Jacob Lipsky. Gives it back to Dylan Shank. Shank back down to. Here's a 3-point shot. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Eyal. Eyal. To Sachs. Sachs. Another 3-point shot, and he gets fouled, and he almost had the and-one 3-pointer, but he's going to the charity stripe for 3 shots.
I'll tell you what, Yono Mendel is not afraid to shoot the rock. He had his hands ready. He shot that immediately as catching it.
And quite frankly, you're up 21 points. Why not just keep shooting 3-point shots? You know, you got a lot of basketball left to play, even though you've got some cushion. You might as well just stay aggressive and just, find your rhythm.
But really impressed with his jump shot as well as his free throws. He's been taking care of business at the charity stripe, and didn't want to go with the announcer jinx there, but he made sure to take care of business.
Absolutely there, partner. Yono Mendel, senior guard, 5'10", 140-pounder. And he is now 2 for 2 on this trip to the charity stripe, as we have a substitution here for the Lions. Number 5, 11, 12 coming into the basketball game for the Lions. Here's the shot for Yono Mendel. And he capitalizes. He hits all 3, and it is now up to a 24-point lead for the Storm. Lions still trying to figure out this pressure. Number 13 goes up for the layup. Can't get it to fall.
What a tip there by Eyal Kinderleer. He just makes all the right moves, and that's going to be an and one. Oh, waved off by the ref. It's a foul on the floor.
Yeah, partner, the Storm just continue to stay aggressive. Like I said, it's deja vu from game number 1 on the day, where one team is just completely superior to the other. But boy, head coach of the Lions, Ryan Escal, very upset over the points scored. We have a sideline warning against the Lions here.
Coach is upset with they had a stack play where they ooped it into Eyal, and he believed that the first guy in the front shoved his player backwards, and that's what opened up the opportunity to Eyal, meaning that he was upset about that call, which was a no call, and Eyal made the foul.
Good shot there by Caden Mont, and hopefully that sparked some sort of fire underneath these Lions. Number 13 here for the Storm. 0 back down to Eyal, and we've got a jump ball, and boy, the Lions bench is absolutely ecstatic. Very happy over what just happened.
Sloppy pass led to Eyal Kinderleer fouling on that play. We got 4 minutes.
Just now tuning in, we've got 4 minutes left to play, 35-12. As Mont tried for another 3-point shot, but couldn't get that one to fall. And number 30 of the Storm coming away with the basketball. Mendel. Kick shot's number 13, but it's just a sloppy pass, and that'll be a Lion possession. Number 5, Dylan Shank, trotting the ball in. Shank over to Perlman. Perlman back to Shank. Shank drives in, pops out to number 12. Fisher. To Lipsky. Lipsky down to Shank. Shank out to Mott. Mott drives in for the layup and got it to go. And that's a phenomenal possession. A good enough possession to where head coach of the Storm, Mr. Oswald Cross, will call a timeout. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this. Right here for the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational. Hello, basketball fans. We are back here for the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational, as it's been all Torah Academy as they lead the Charles E. Smith Lions by a score of 35-14 here with 3:22 remaining here in the second quarter. But we just saw a timeout by the Storm as head coach Oswald Cross saw something that he definitely did not like, and boy, did he let his team have it at that break.
Number 11 just checked in for the Lions. That's Theo Perelman, a 5'8" freshman for the Lions.
David Sachs, heavily guarded by number 11 for the Lions.
The freshman's little pesky defender. He's all over him.
And it appears we're going to get a timeout here for the Storm once again. And even though they're up 21, Oswald Cross is still coaching his team. He is upset with his guys. Oswald Cross, TABC Storm head coach. He's really like the style of coaching that I've seen. You know, it doesn't matter if you're up 20. You still have to keep your guys poised because, let's face it, this is only a first-round team here. You know, no disrespect to the Lions whatsoever, but you know, you're facing a 14 seed. And, you know, as a 3 seed, if this is happening against a 14 seed, who knows what could happen when you're facing another top-tier opponent like a 1 or a 2 seed. So I like the style of Oswald Cross. And we're going to get a foul there.
I really like how aggressive these last few minutes have been for the Lions. I feel like they haven't sat down. They got aggressive. Now you got Caden Mount and other of these guys. They don't really have a tall lineup out here. I think that Coach Ryan Eskew has gone with their smaller guys that are aggressive and they're getting in, driving, and getting foul calls or getting easy buckets. And they're pesky defenders.
And we're going to get another travel here. Once again, another just hilarious mechanic there by that official. But nonetheless, travel against the Lions, and it'll be Storm basketball.
Got number 2, Cyrus Blumenthal, and number 23, Eaton Ratner, about to check in for the Lions.
Just a tough miss there for the Storm.
Great hustle by number 13. That's Avika Bergen.
Looks like we're going to get a personal foul against number 11 of the Lions, Theo Perlman, freshman guard, 5'8", 139 pounds, and it'll be Storm
That's
basketball.
139 pounds of pure heart and dedication right there. He's been diving on the floor. He almost got a 5-second call. He's been all over the place as he came into this game a few minutes ago.
You got to think, partner. Theo's a freshman. He continues his hard work and dedication. He could be a starter by next season.
Absolutely. His defense is, man, just wait till he hits that growth spurt. He could be a phenomenal player.
That'll be a reach-in foul on Dylan Shank, and quite frankly, that probably was not a smart foul. But the bottom line is there was aggressiveness, and I believe that'll be that's only the 4th team foul, not so.
4th team foul on the Lions. That is 3 on Dylan Shank, however, as that's a little early.
David Sachs here with the basketball. Gives it over to 2. 2 back to Sachs. Sachs throws
What
it way over to Mandel. Mandel with a
pass.
contested shot.
Gets his own rebound and scores.
Gets his own rebound. What in the world? That is basketball, partner.
Absolutely. That's Mendel. That's just him wanting it more. He shot it. He realized he wasn't going to make it, and he went and got his own board. And that's pure wanting it more than the other team.
Let's fight. And we're going to get a blocking foul against number 2 of the Storm, Shannon Schultz. We'll be staying here with the Lions. It's number 11 of the Lions, Theo Perlman, throwing the ball inbounds. Number 2, Cyrus Blumenthal gives it out to Perlman. Perlman gives it out to Fisher. Fisher 4-3. Can't get us go way off the mark. 13 drives all the way in and gets a lot of contact, and he's going to the charity stripe 4-2. A little bit of a shaky play there as it was down on the floor for just a second. But Akiva Bergen, junior guard, 6'1", 140-pounder, going to the line 4-2.
That last foul was on Jesse Fisher for the Lions, number 12. And we got number 13, Jacob Lipsky, checking in for him now after that missed free throw by 13. Avika Bergen.
Misses the first free throw, but we'll see if he can redeem himself up the charity stripe and can't get it to go.
Big man rebound there by Jacob Lipsky.
Blumenthal with the basketball, gives it out to Lipsky. Lipsky over to Perlman. Perlman back to Lipsky. Lipsky drives. Contested mid-range jumper and gets it to go. 1 minute left here remaining in the first half. I'll tell you, if the Storm want a shot, or if the Lions want a shot, they're going to have to play good basketball here the rest of this minute. Can't get that 3 to go. Offensive rebound by 30. Misses. Rebound by 13.
Jacob Lipsky with another big board. He's been physical down low, but getting big buckets for him, too.
Perlman to Lipsky. Lipsky over to Steindecker. Steindecker to Blumenthal. Gets it to go.
It's a 6-0 run for the Lions. They pulled back in within 20.
Yona Mandel with a contested floater.
That's just phenomenal. Triple between the legs, makes the guy reach, blows past it, and hits a floater.
And not only that, he goes up with his left hand. I couldn't do that if I were you.
Great finish overall by Mindale there. And then he gets another steal, and he's off for the races.
And he just cannot finish from point-blank range. And that'll do it for the first half as the Torah Academy of Bergen County Storm lead the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School Lions by a score of 39-18. Join us here momentarily for our halftime highlights here in the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational Tournament. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at halftime of the opening round matchup between the Storm and the Lions. And got to say, the Storm lead at 39-18. And partner, got any stats for me?
Yeah, I got a few for you there, pal. Yono Mendel with 17 points, a lot of free throws, and a couple of threes for his name. He's got 17 as the Lions have only outscored him by 1 point. And then Ayol Kindelar with a lot of missed free throws still has 8 points. And then there's only been 3 people to score for the Lions. Caden Mint, Cyrus Blumenthal, and Jacob Lipsky have all 18 points. Caden Mont has 5, Blumenthal has 7, and Jacob Lipsky has 6. So those 3 have all 18 points for the Lions.
Absolutely. And the thing is, as much of a lopsided game as this is, it's almost as like the Storm are not even playing as well as they could. You know, they're up 21 points, but, you know, the Lions have been a little pesky, have been a little, you know, a little pesky towards this Storm organization. But, you know, quite frankly, if the Storm just cleans a few things up, I think they can truly blow the door open and show their talent in this basketball game.
I do think that the Storm team is a bit more talented, but I think that this Lions team, their entire identity is be pesky, be that team that nobody wants to play because they're playing just a very aggressive defense. They're very pesky in the passing lanes, driving, and they're not going to give you anything easy. So you never know what's going to come into the second half.
Absolutely. So here we are as we begin the second half in our final matchup of the day here on court number 2 here in the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational Tournament. Storm lead at 39-18, as it'll be Storm basketball starting here in the second half. Here on the floor for the Storm, we got 0, 34, 13, 30, and number 1. Meanwhile, for the Lions, you have 5, 13, 23, 2, and 1. And here's a shot there for the Storm. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Lions.
Can't let Mendel get that kind of an open shot. He's not going to miss that very often. And then he gets his own rebound. He's pushing it.
Mandel with the basketball here. Gives it to Ayol. Ayol, good crossover there. Goes up. Can't get it to fall. But gets his own offensive rebound. Goes up. A lot of contact. We thought there was an and one, but he goes up. That whistle was from the other floor. 41-18. Storm.
Sometimes that whistle gets me, though, too. I was in the same boat. I thought it was an and one with all y'all. But sometimes the whistle is hard to hear. Air ball there by Caden Mount. Not the best shot.
Here we have Bergen going up. A lot of traffic. Can't get it to fall. And rebound by 23. Number 5 with the basketball. Gives it over to Blumenthal. Blumenthal, just a dangerous pass, and he pays the price. Ayol storming down the floor. Goes up. Gives it a good pass to 30. 30 over to number 0 for the 3. Can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound by 13. And the Storm struggling to score at the moment.
How about that pass on that last possession by Ayol? I didn't even know where the ball went. I think he did it behind the back pass.
He faked me out there, partner.
Me as well.
Oh. Now we're going to have an on-the-floor foul as that will go against number 34 of the Storm, Ayol Kinderleer. Ball's inbounded. Number 23, Steindecker with basketball. It gives it over to, and that is a shot that's no good. Ayol with the basketball, storming down the floor, gives that to number 30. 30 drives in, goes up with the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound by 23. 23 gives it to 2. Running down the floor. Looks like it was almost a carry. A lot of traffic there. Can't get that one to fall either. Rebounded by 13. 13 throws it over to Ayol. Ayol drives in. Big man basketball. Can't get it to go. Boy,
very physical on both ends here.
What's that? Number 5 with a shot. Can't get it to go. Shank with another missed 3. Sure with the basketball. Sure. Gives it to Mandel. Mandel down to Ayol. Ayol to Bergen. Bergen back to Ayol. Ayol Drives, gets deflected. Number 1 comes away with it. Eyal back to Bergen. Bergen with a three-point shot. Ring it up, putting 3 on the board as the Torah Academy Storm extend their lead to 26.
That's a green bean right there. Absolutely beautiful shot there by Bergen. Just stepped right into it. Deep 3 from college range. Nothing but net.
And as we have 5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter, with the Storm leading the Lions by a score of 44-18. Just a complete dominant showing here by Eyal. And boy, I'll tell you, he's everywhere right now.
Yep, it's definitely a two-man show out there with Mendel and Eyal. You got him down low, then Mendel, but give it up for Bergen and Sachs and Kaiser too, because their defense as a unit they've given up 18 points in almost 3 quarters. Like, very, very well fundamentally sound team, and just they got a lot of depth. And I feel like that's the one thing that we've seen in teams that have been winning is it's not 1 or 2 guys. You have your star players, but they have a lot of role players that step into their roles, know their roles, and perform in those roles. And that's what's really been successful for the teams that have been winning today.
Absolutely. And that's what basketball is all about, is knowing your role, knowing what you have to do to contribute to your team. The Storm does a very good job of that. But here we are, 5 minutes left to play. 26-point lead for the Storm. As Shank has the basketball. Gives it to Blumenthal. Blumenthal back to Shank. Shank throws it way down to Rosen. Rosen back to Shank. Shank to 11. 11 back to Shank. Shank to 2. 2 over to 24. 24 back to 2. 2 back to 5.
Looks like the Storm has broken out a little bit of a 2-3 zone coming out of that last timeout. All
air there for Blumenthal.
Don't know why Oswald Cross decided to switch it up, but it worked. It was effective. Now a 3 by number 3, David Davod Sachs. No good, but another rebound. Hook who's there then. Diving on the floor is Eyal Kindenlyer.
We've got pure chaos here as, even though the Lions are down 26, they were still fighting for that basketball. They're not quitting. They're not giving up. They're still out here trying to play the game the right way.
You can only ask for hustle and heart and dedication. And you just got to love seeing guys dive and fly onto the floor. That was number 12, Jesse Fisher, checking in for the Lions.
Shank gives to Blumenthal. Blumenthal over to Perlman. Perlman to Shank. Shank. Perlman gets absolutely stuffed by Eyal. And we're going to get a foul. I believe that'll go against Perlman.
That's correct. Theo Perlman. I don't know if he goes for the reach there. We got 23, Leo Steindecker, the 6'4", 202-pound junior forward, checking back in for the Lions.
Number 30 with the basketball here, gives it to number 3. Sachs heavily guarded, throws to Mandel. Mandel over to Bergen. Bergen, good spin move, can't get the basketball to fall. And we're going to have a jump ball, and we'll be staying right here. Torah Academy basketball.
Great jump ball mechanic there by the referee. This official really does enjoy his job, and you can tell. And they're give it up for all the officials today. They've been doing a great job throughout this entire day at the Yeshiva Invitational.
And that's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Lions basketball.
Good take there by Bergen, but unlucky he wasn't able to fall.
Dylan Shank here, facilitating his offense. Gives it over to Fisher. Fisher down to Lipsky, but it gets stolen. Another turnover there by the Lions. Number 0, what a move there. Can't get that one to fall through the hoop. And we'll go out of bounds, staying right here with the Storm. And boy, the Storm could just capitalize on, a lot. All of their chances. They could have 80 points right now, partner. I feel like they've had so many shots, so many good looks that just can't fall. Number 13.
Bergen with a take, tips it back out, and 23 grabs it for the Lions.
Lipsky to Shank. Shank over to Lipsky. Lipsky down to Blumenthal. Another turnover there by the Lions.
This 2-3 zone that the Storm has broken out the last few minutes has really given the Lions fits. They can just keep turning the ball over. And Bergen just blew past Lipsky. Lipsky fell and slipped on the ground.
Must be condensation on the hardwood. As Shank gets down to 23.
And another turnover for the Lions. They just have not been clean playing basketball today.
This has not been a very, very clean.
That's another basket for number 3, Dawad Sox. We're now at 46-18 with 2 minutes left in the third. It's been a dominant second half so far for the Lions. Correct me, for the Storm.
Shank to Fisher. Fisher to Shank. Shank over to Blumenthal. Blumenthal down to Steindecker. Steindecker to Lipsky.
And just another block by Ayal. He's been dominant down there in the 2-3 zone.
Yeah, I think Ayal is going to be the guy that we're interviewing later. Just a phenomenal shot there by number 3 of the Storm. And we've got a timeout by the Lions. 1:22 remaining here in the third quarter as the Storm lead it 48-18. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational here in the Memphis Sports and Event Center in Memphis, Tennessee, as the men in white defeating the men in purple and gold by a score of 48-18. Pure dominance here in the second half. We have a 30-point deficit, as I believe. Yes, it is Lions basketball. Lions basketball here, 23 down in the short corner, heavily guarded. Pops out to number 5. 5 to 2. 2 goes up, heavily contested shot, and got it.
Great shot there by Cyrus Blumenthal. They got to be able to make shots like that from that short corner or the free throw line. That's the 2 opportunities that give you that 2-3 zone. You got to make those mid-range jumpers if you want to have a chance to score against a 2-3.
Samuel Levine here with the basketball. Backing down his defender, pops out to Jonathan Faber. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by the Lions. Lions storming down the floor. 11 gives it over to number 2 with a 3-point shot. Kennan, wait, wrong guy.
Cyrus Blumenthal.
Cyrus Blumenthal.
That's 5 points in a row for Cyrus on the last 2 possessions. He stopped at the stop sign, but no good.
And we're going to get a personal foul against the Storm here. Yeah. And it'll be Lions
41
basketball.
On the Jonathan Fabar. That is the personal. I believe he is 3. Great passing by the Lions, but another great defensive play. This time it's like Shannon Schultz, the 6-foot senior for the Storm. Then 35 gets a beautiful rebound. That's Aiden Rosman, but he's just not able to finish the hoop.
Cade Mott pops out to number 5 and got it to go. Dylan Shank with another 3-point shot. Good little ending here in the third quarter for the Lions. Got about a second left. He's going to throw it up and couldn't get it to go, and that'll do it.
Great 8-0 run in the quarter by the Lions. They looked like they had nothing left in them, and then they spurted from 18 to 26. Just snapping my finger.
And at the end of the third quarter, the Torah Academy of Bergen County Storm lead the Charles E. Smith JDS Lions by a score of 48-26. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational here at the Memphis Sports and Event Center as the Torah Academy Bergen County Storm lead the Charles E. Smith JDS Lions by a score of 48-26 and 22-point lead here for the Storm. However, the Lions went on a nice little run to end the quarter there, partner.
Absolutely, a little 8-0 run, give them some momentum, and I mean, they can ride this out, have a really good fourth quarter. I mean, obviously, you look at the score now, you probably assume that they're going to lose, but anything can happen. And then at the end of the day, you want to carry the momentum into the Tier 2 bracket if you do lose, because at the end of the day, the championship trophy is what you're looking for. And this is just round one. And as a reminder, the winner of this opening round does go to Tier 1 bracket. The winner of the Tier 2, the loser of this will go to the Tier 2 bracket for the quarterfinals starting tomorrow.
Absolutely, as the Lions having a good little possession here. Step back three. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Rosman.
Little heat check there for Cyrus Blumenthal. He's had 5 straight points at the end of the quarter. Wanted that step back three, just wasn't able to convert it. Just a little box score check for you guys at home. Our leading scorer right now is Yona Mendal, number 0 for the Storm with 17. Ayal Kindlethaler also has 10 for the Storm. And then Cyrus Blumenthal has 12 to lead the Lions.
So it's now a 24-point deficit as number 11 for the Lions, heavily guarded there by his defender. Number 2, driving in, Blumenthal. Good
Great
bounce pass, and can't get it to fall. Number 2 here, trotting down floor. Schultz gives it to Faber, and we're going to get an offensive foul against the Storm.
Legal screen there on Schultz. You can't be sliding there. And sometimes it's not even on the screener. It's on the dribbler. You got to let your time for your guy to get you the screen and set up. And he just was moving and got kind of stuck in a no man's land.
Shank. Down to Blumenthal. Blumenthal out to number 11 for the three-point shot. That's not going to go. Storm taken down to the other end. Sure. Levine. And if I'm the Storm, I'm just going to take some nice long possessions here. Kill the clock. Just relax. And that's going to go out of bounds. And we will be staying right here. Storm basketball.
Number 4 is checking in for the Lions. That is David Fazowicz. It's the first time he will be playing today.
Good to see the kids getting some action.
Obviously. Great hustle there by Theodore Perlman. He was asking for a sub. You can just tell that he was giving it all on the court, and he just needed a breather. Great defense there. He saves it. David's already making an impact right on the court. Gives it up to Blumenthal, and a tough foul on number 5. That will be Samuel Levine with the foul, and Blumenthal will be headed to the line for 2 shots.
Cyrus Blumenthal. I feel like we're saying his name a lot, partner. I feel like, he's giving it his all. He's giving it his heart, dedication, and his team's losing, but has a very perseverant mentality.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been an impact player for him, and obviously this is a really good Storm team, and the Lions did struggle a little bit today, but I think that with Blumenthal's leadership, and I think Dylan Shank at the point guard has been very effective too. He's had a lot of good passes. I think those 2 guys can help lead them to quite a few wins at this tournament.
And he goes 2 for 2 there at the charity stripe.
And now gives Blumenthal 14 on the day.
Solid night here for Blumenthal. Sure with the basketball. Good screen there by 45 for a nice little pick and roll action, but he's going to take the mid-range J. Can't get it to fall. Ball is loose. 5 with the ball. 5 throws it out to number 1. Sure. 20.
Great pass there by 20. Finished by Alvaram Shar. Pass by Hochstein. The 5'10 forward. Great ball movement there for the Storm.
Number 4. Number 15. 15 over to 2. 2. Back out to 15. And that's going to be another turnover there for the Lions. Number 1, Abraham Schur with the ball. Schur to Schultz. Schultz with a three-point shot. And can't get that one to fall. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Good hustle there by Shloman Wagner.
Got a few substitutions here. For the Storm, we have number 14, Jack Nordlich, and number 15, Yosef Khan coming into the basketball game. 14 and 15, both juniors. I believe they're getting their first minutes of action, aren't they?
Believe so. It's always good to see everyone get some action.
Yosef Khan here.
Not every day you get to play in an invitational as important as the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational, so it's good to see everyone getting some playing time and enjoying the fine basketball being played here at the Memphis Event Center. I invite anyone in the Memphis area, make your way down. We got basketball here all weekend from Thursday to Sunday.
And might I say, partner, the Memphis Sports and Event Center, an absolutely beautiful facility. I believe it's not even 3 years old. This place is gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful. For basketball, volleyball, anything inside. I mean, it's just awesome. Huge, so many courts in here. You don't even realize how big it is until you get in here. Great facility. If you ever need any certain things, just contact the Event Center. I'm sure you can. Blumenthal with the foul there, but yeah, obviously, just the Event Center is just beautiful.
Number 2 going to the line here for the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School Lions. Cyrus Blumenthal. He's continuing to carve his way into his effectiveness on the floor here as he capitalizes on that stroke from the charity stripe. And he hits that one as well. 52-30. Here with 3:58 remaining. Abraham Schur with the ball. Gives that to number 20, Hochstein. Hochstein over to Schur. And we got a double dribble. And that's just a lousy turnover. And I tell you, Oswald Cross is not going to be happy over that one.
Number 11, Theo Perelman, back in, freshman.
For 5-15, 15-24. 24 with a three-point shot, and he hits it.
It's Jeffrey Rosen, 6'3" senior from college distance.
And if you're a Lions fan, that's absolutely something to be encouraged about. Let's have another turnover by the Storm, and you can just tell here, Coach Oswald Cross is just kind of getting some of his younger guys in the game, just trying to, have his second unit get the minutes. And obviously they're not playing at the efficiency level as his starters are, but luckily he got a 19-point cushion.
Blumenthal back to work. Gets stuck in. Perlman. That's a Blumenthal from deep. No good.
45 running down the floor. Going up, and he gets it to go.
A beautiful
Shlomo Wenger, junior power forward, 5'10", 180 pounds. And just a wonderful play there. Showed his athleticism and his willingness to win.
Another deep three, this time by Dylan Shank. And out of nowhere, we're back down to within 20.
They are trying their best to keep this game respectable there, partner. 54-36, 2:36 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Number 14 goes up with the basketball and can't get that one to fall. Dylan Shank. Tremendous defense there by Schur. Shank hands it off over to Blumenthal. Blumenthal back to Shank. Shank back to Blumenthal. Chucks up a three, and that's way off. Rebound by 14. And we've got another article of clothing on the floor here. So the official will have a quick timeout to pick that up really fast.
And while that timeout is happening, Eaton Ratner is checking back in, number 22 for the Lions.
Yosef Khan, because that's a Nordlich. Khan can't get that one to go. Rebound by Shank. Shank. To Rosen. Rosen back to Shank. Shank over to Rosen. Rosen down
What
to
a give
Shank.
and go. And he's
And
fouled by number 1.
tremendous basketball play there. You know, they did all the right things. They had ball movement. They had off-ball movement. And the fact of the matter is they're going to the line for 2 shots at the charity stripe. Can't get that one to go.
That free throw's good by Dylan Shank.
We're going to get a foul there against the Lions. That's going on. Number 2, Cyrus Blumenthal. 1:38 remaining. Sure over to Hotstein. Hotstein to Wenger. Wenger over to Sure. Sure drives. A lot of chaos there. And the Lions force another turnover.
I'll give it to these Lions. I'm very, very impressed by the hard. Like, they're gritty, man. They're gritty. They never give up, and they're just playing hard, and that's all you can ask for as a coach. I'm sure Ryan Eskew is going to be disappointed in the loss, but he's going to be proud of how hard these guys fought today.
Number 2 with the basketball. Gives out to Shank. Shank for 3, and got
Another
it to go.
one. And out of nowhere, I mean, we only got a minute left, but it's only a 14-point game, and Shank hits another steal.
I would just keep shooting if I'm the Lions.
Cyrus Blumenthal could have made that, man. You never know. Like, they're within 11.
Good effort here for the Lions. They're not going to walk away with the victory, but they will walk away with something to work with a little positivity within their mindsets. And you know, like you said, Tier 2 could be very, very good for this team. Wenger heavily guarded. It's to Hotstein. Hotstein, a lot of contact, no foul call. 22 is going to steal it for the Lions. Down to 15 seconds on the clock. And it's going to be stolen. And it appears that they are just going to dribble the ball out. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for night 1 and day 1 of the Memphis Yeshiva Invitational as the Torah Academy Storm defeat the Lions by a score of 54-40.
So today I'm with the MVP of today's game, Jonah. How'd you feel out there?
I feel great. You know, my shot was feeling good. We came out strong. We looked a little tired out there, a little bit fatigued, but we're gonna get it back on track. You know.
Excited for tomorrow?
Of course, very.
So what was your guys' game plan coming into today, and how'd you guys execute that out on the floor?
Our game plan was just no matter don't play down to your opponent. Our coach always says no matter how bad you think a team is, or no matter how good you think a team is, always play up to your opponents. Never look down on them. So that's what I think we did that pretty well today.
Awesome. How are you feeling out there? You had 17 points out there. How's the shot feeling?
Was feeling very good. My free throws were hitting. And other than that, I think I played pretty well.
So how's Memphis treating you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I think I might move here, you know?
What you looking to do besides the tournament, what are you looking to do out here in Memphis?
Maybe go to a Grizzlies game.
Grizzlies game,
you know?
all right.
Grizzlies game, let's go.
Congratulations, man. Great game.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you.